Imagine waking up every day feeling trapped, not by walls or cages, but by invisible chains made of borders, passports, regulations, and outdated rules that no longer serve the future you're meant to build. The world screams freedom, yet it hands you a handbook full of restrictions. It tells you to innovate, to lead, to change everything, but then shackles you with geography, nationality, and bureaucracy. This is not just frustrating, it's suffocating. The future of business isn't about who controls where you build your office or what flag waves outside your window. It's about one simple truth. Business is breaking free from states, from nations, from all of that old noise. It's becoming stateless, borderless, limitless. Right now, if you're a founder, investor, leader, or pioneer, you're feeling the collision between this old world and the new one screaming to emerge. You face the paradox every day. You want to build something global, something that touches lives everywhere, but traditional systems hold you back. Taxes, regulations, conflicts between currencies, hierarchies that kill agility, these aren't just annoyances, they're walls. They rob your vision of the speed and reach it deserves. The current system demands loyalty to a nation, but your ambition isn't national, it's universal. You're awake to the fact that borders are made-up lines. They are fragile constructs, illusions we never agreed to but inherit like chains on a proud spirit. It's no wonder you feel isolated. Brilliant minds like yours, bursting with ideas, talent, and drive, are trapped in a system that's designed to average you out, to process you, to make you small. Listen closely. The future doesn't belong to the rooted, to those who bow to flags and outdated patriotism. It belongs to the restless, the untethered, the stateless. This isn't just about geography, it's about mental liberation. It's about releasing the ties to identities, systems, and constraints that don't align with the next wave of creation. Imagine a world where your company isn't limited by where it's registered, where you don't choose your investors because of country codes, where talent flows freely because origin has no barcode, and where your business grows because of the ideas you create, not the corner of the map you occupy. That world is not some distant fantasy. It's happening now. The rules are changing under your feet, and if you don't move fast, you're going to be left buried under old systems built for control, conformity, and complacency. The pain you're feeling right now is real, because you're being asked to play by rules that didn't imagine the possibility of a global mind or a borderless ambition. The agony of lost time, stifled innovation, and fragmented connections is soul-crushing. How many deals have slipped away because one party is trapped behind a wall that another one crossed easily? How many ideas died because there was no infrastructure for radical, high-impact collaboration across continents? How many times did bureaucracy kill a spark that could have lit up the world? This is the brutal reality for those who refuse to settle for less. But here is where it gets electrifying. You don't have to wait for the system to catch up. You don't have to beg for permission or fit into boxes that were never made for you. Today, the question isn't whether the future of business will be stateless, but how quickly you will claim it, how fiercely you will fight to tear down borders and rewrite the rules. Those who dare will become architects of a new reality, where businesses are not prisoners of passports, but citizens of a thriving global ecosystem. So what does it take to step into this future? First, sovereign will. You must own your power fully, without surrendering it to any nation's laws or expectations more than you absolutely must. Being stateless in business means consciously choosing freedom over comfort. It means setting up decentralized operations that actively resist the chokehold of geography. It means mastering technologies that erase copy-paste borders, blockchain, remote collaboration networks, tokenized assets, global digital identities, tools that are weapons in the battle against the old way. Don't wait for legislation to catch up. Build systems that are everywhere and nowhere all at once. You create entities that grow in the cloud but bring real-world impact. because ownership no longer depends on offices or embassies. It depends on you and your team's vision and connections. Second, radical connection. The old world made each of you islands. It rewarded sameness, uniformity, and compliance. But the future belongs to those who embrace difference fiercely, who seek out peers who burn just as hot, even if they're halfway across the planet. Find those rare minds who refuse to compromise, who carry a spark that can only be fueled by shared fire. Build your network not by adding people, but by connecting deeply and meaningfully with the few who push you forward. In that network, your company becomes more than a business. It becomes a movement, a force multiplying with every dialogue, every joint bet on the future. Here, true synergy happens. Here, your stateless business doesn't just survive, it dominates. Third, relentless transformation. The past is a cage you must break out of every day, unlearning everything taught by nations, governments, and legacy corporations. Be brutal with yourself. Question everything. Policies, processes, even your assumptions about value and success. This is not about incremental change, it's about revolutionary reinvention. Embrace a mindset where failure isn't a pitfall, but a feedback loop. Redefine what business means, reimagine wealth beyond money. Think of influence, impact, freedom. By transforming at the edges, at speed, on your own terms, your business will become unstoppable, adaptive, alive. You will no longer be fighting the current tide, you'll be the one creating its direction. Statelessness means stepping off the grid of old certainties and becoming a force of nature. Fourth, patience and foresight. The stateless future is not immediate, it is evolution. Playing this long game means resisting the urge to find comfort in quick fixes or easy belonging. You will be misunderstood. You will face criticism from those who cling to the familiar. But every day spent aligning your business, your network, and your philosophy with the true promise of global freedom is a day closer to a future unlocked. The rewards will magnify beyond what anyone now imagines because you are not building to survive. You're building to redefine the rules entirely. Finally, this future requires courage, the kind of boldness that burns brighter than fear. Fear of losing nationality, fear of being isolated, fear of stepping into the unknown. But the truth that's impossible to ignore is that the only true risk is staying tied to a system that was never designed for you, never intended to amplify your exceptionalism. The world doesn't need another company that fits inside borders. It needs pioneers who shatter barriers. It needs founders, investors, and visionaries who look directly at the fragmented map and say, no more. No more falling prey to national interests. No more choosing comfort at the cost of greatness. No more living in the shadow of walls that divide us artificially. This is your call to arms, not to fight a battle of flags, but to own the future as a global citizen and builder. Your solution isn't just to build companies, it's to become part of an autonomous ecosystem where the exceptional find each other, where brilliance no longer goes sidetracked by state interests, where power arises from synergy of the rare, not the many. You hold the key to forming a network so fluid, so aligned, that every connection serves as spark and shield. When a stateless business connects with another, the effect isn't multiplication, it's transformation. Together, you rewrite what is possible. Together, you reveal that borders are just stories, and stories can be rewritten. This is not about abandoning responsibility or ethics. It's about transcending outdated definitions of belonging and ownership. It's about crafting a reality where your business is defined by your purpose, not your location. A reality where you are more than a citizen of a country. You are a citizen of progress, of the future, of human potential unleashed. And in this reality, freedom isn't handed down, it's claimed, it's lived every second, every decision, every bold step. Right now, you may feel alone in this vision. You may feel the weight of the old world trying to drag you back, but look closer. There are others like you, scattered across time zones and backgrounds, ready to break free, ready to build stateless futures. When you find each other, that's when the revolution starts. When your businesses intertwine without borders or flags, that's when the impossible becomes inevitable. Do not settle for being a player in yesterday's game. Be the founder who owns the new rules. Be the investor who fuels boundless growth. Be the leader who transcends origin and status. The future of business is stateless. The only question is, will you be the one to claim it, to embody it, to build it? Because the time to break down walls isn't tomorrow, it's now. No borders, no flags, no limits, only endless potential waiting to be unleashed. The world awaits those who dare to choose freedom beyond geography. That world can be yours. It must be yours. The future has no flag, only fire, and that fire is burning in you.